All right, Shalom. This is Gamal Yala out of Great Millstone, Atlanta. I want to give all praises to YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Shalom to all the Akim that pushing out this truth and sincerity. All right, now this is a quick lesson. This is going to be entitled, If Esau Were to Establish His New World Order. All right, and as you see, there's an article right here, and I'll just get straight into it. It says, no privacy, no property, the world in 2030, according to the World Economic Forum. All right, now, this is just basically a hypothetical scenario uh, of a dystopian world. All right, and basically, like I said, the lesson is going to be centered around if Esau were to establish, like, in other words, where would the world be in 20 years? I'm sorry, in 10 years, if Esau, successfully, well, if the Lord doesn't stop, if the Lord doesn't stop this guy. So anyway, it says the World Economic Forum was founded 50 years ago. It has gained more and more prominence over the decades and has become one of the leading platforms of futuristic thinking and planning. As a meeting place of the global elite, the WEF brings together the leaders in business and politics along with a few selected individuals. The main thrust of the forum is global control. Free markets and individual choice do not stand as top values, but state interventionism and collectivism. Individual liberty and private property are to disappear from this planet by 2030, according to the projections and scenarios coming from World Economic Forum. Yeah, so as you see, your individual liberty, all right, it would go away. Okay, basically, you would be a product of the state, all right, and everything, freedom of choice. Basically, you would be completely owned, right? And really a good show to watch on this is there's an episode on the Twilight Zone. It's called The Obsolete Man. All right, you can look it up on YouTube. But that is a good episode because it shows that that basically, there's a man who was a librarian, and basically, his job became obsolete, and basically the state was like, we have no more need for a librarian, so therefore, you're useless. All right, and that's what it's going to become. We're headed into a totalitarian society, where Esau calls all the shots, and you people have no choice but to follow. Okay. So anyway, first of all, let's get to the scriptures. So this is let's get Psalms 49. Let's get Psalms 49:11 because this man thinks that he's gonna there's gonna be another 10 years, another 50 years, 100 years, and that this world is going to continue on. This is Psalms 49:11. Their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever, and their dwelling places to all generations. They call their lands after their own names. So this is the thoughts of Esau. Okay, is that they're going to go on another 10 years. They're going to have complete control. They have all these projections as far as oh, by this date, this is going to happen, or in 20 years from now, or whatever. They have these different projections, but it's to not. All right, the Lord is hastening the time. That's why we always read Revelations. What's that? 12:12. Um, Satan knows he has but a short time. All right, because this devil he has a short time, man. You know, in his heart, he believes that this thing is gonna, his kingdom is gonna last. That's what he wants. I mean, he knows the prophecy. He understands the scriptures, and he listens to us. All right, he listens to the prophets. All right, so he knows, in the back of his mind that this place is gonna collapse. But the pride of his heart. Matter of fact, let's get that. Obadiah 1:3. The pride of thine heart hath deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? Yeah, because a good example of that is during the time of when the Israelites were in captivity in Egypt. All right, Pharaoh knew that the Lord was getting ready to bring down Egypt because Moses warned them. All right, the Lord sent Moses to basically, go up to the Pharaoh and let him know, if you don't let the Israelites go, this is gonna happen. The various plagues that happened, and guess what? The Lord hardened his heart. So that pride in Pharaoh's heart, it deceived him. So the same thing is happening with Esau. Esau knows that his kingdom is fallen, but the Lord is hardening his heart, okay, to where he's gonna try to fight, and he's gonna try to even fight the Lord. That's how proud he is. All right. Scripture say he set his nest among the stars. You know, that's why this devil has the Star Wars program. All right, and he's you know gearing up weapons out of space. All right, because he knows that this is gonna be this battle or fight is gonna be beyond this earth realm. All right, so let's keep going. It says 8 predictions. Individual liberty is at risk, which what may lie ahead was projected in November 2016 when the WEF published 8 predictions for the world in 2030. According to the WEF scenario, the world will become quite a different place from now, because people will work and live. How people work and live will undergo a profound change. The scenario for the world in 2030 is more than just a forecast. It is a plan whose implementation has accelerated drastically since with the announcement of a pandemic and consequent lockdowns. Yeah, so we're seeing the beginning stages of this devil's, well, really not the beginning stages, uh, um, but we're seeing him make strides with his new world order plan. Okay, you know, we're seeing the beginning stages of the lockdown. That's what I'm trying to say. Basically tighter enforcements. You know, and like I said at camp this previous weekend, is that America is already done. America was finished as soon as it became on lockdown. This is no longer America. This is basically uh, new America. This is basically the new world. All right. Esau is, like I said, this is the beginning of him really establishing this new world, and he's gonna try to really, like you watch that cartoon Pinky and the Brain. He's gonna really try to take over the world. All right, take over everything. And this whole article, it goes into it. As a matter of fact, I'll just keep going. Well, let me grab this preset first. What do you call it? Bear with me one moment. Flip through it. Okay. Slash it. Job 9:24. All right. And it says, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? So the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. So let's keep going, because this is going to basically prove that the earth is given to the hand of the wicked. It says, let's keep going. According to the projections of the WEF's Global Future Councils, private property and privacy will be abolished during the next decade. The coming expropriation would go further than even the communist demand to abolish the property of production of goods but leave space for private possessions. So basically what they're saying is they're going to get rid of ownership. Basically, you won't own nothing. It says, the WEF projection says that consumer goods too would be no longer private property. So basically everything and everyone is going to be owned by the state. All right? Everything that you have, it keeps going. It says if the WEF projection should come true, people would have to rent and borrow their necessities from the state, which would be the sole proprietor of all goods. You see that? I'm going to read this again. Job 9:24, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. This man, within 10 years, he's going to try to accomplish a system in a society to where you don't own nothing. Everything, it says your necessities are going to be rented and borrowed. Okay? Now that should ask you, who is this man? You know, that should raise a question. Well, and if you don't know Esau is the devil by now, man, you've been asleep. You need to wake up. You know, you've had your head in your ASS, man. You know, because this man he's really planning to eliminate you. What is it? What they call them in the Twilight Zone? They call them obsolete. You obsolete people, man. You slaves, man. All right. He's coming for total control. It says the supply of goods will be rationed in line with a social credit point system. So everything is going to be rationed, man. He's going to own everything. You know, your TVs, your you know, whatever it is. You know, whatever it is. Basically, it says all goods. It says shopping in the traditional sense will disappear along with the private purchases of goods. Every personal move will be tracked electronically, and all production will be subject to the requirements of clean energy and a sustainable environment. Okay? So, ownership, basically you won't own your house, you won't own your car. All these things are going to be basically property of Esau. Now tell me this man is not the damn devil. He wants to basically debo you of everything that you have, man. Job 20:15, it says, he has swallowed down riches, and he shall vomit them up again. The Most High shall cast them out of his belly. Let me see. Let's see if I wanted to read up, but Yeah, it says he shall swallow. He has swallowed down riches. All right. He's basically accumulating as if owning the world's resources is not enough. As if being a trillionaire is not enough. No, he got to go beyond that. He's like, look, man, I'm coming for what you got too. You know, yeah, I got what I got, but I want what you got too. And it says, he shall suck the poison of asps, which is snakes. It says the viper's tongue shall slay him. He shall not see the rivers, the floods, the brooks of honey and butter. That which he labored for shall he restore, and he shall not swallow it down. According to his substance shall the restitution be, and he shall not rejoice therein. Yeah, because he's not going to be able to keep it, man. It says that which he labored for shall he restore. All right? And it says shall not swallow it down. According to his substance shall the restitution be. All right? And he's labored hard, man. All right? He's labored very hard to basically, accumulate the whole world. All right? And the Lord is going to basically, well, I keep going. Because he hath oppressed the poor and oppressed and forsaken the poor, because he hath violently taken away an house which he builded not. All right. Surely he shall not feel quietness in his belly. He shall not save of that which he desired. Okay. So as a matter of fact, let's go. Let me jump down to 23. I'll just keep going. It says, there shall none of his meat be left, therefore shall no man look for his goods, and the fullness of his sufficiency he shall be in straits. Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him, when he is about to fill his belly. The Most High shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him, and shall rain upon him while he is eating. And this is so the reason I brought this out is because Esau is trying to fill his belly. All right, he's trying to he wants everything, man. He already has. We already read the earth is given to the hand of the wicked, but he even wants the elect. He even wants, he wants to take it a step further. Okay. So that's him trying to fill his belly, but it says basically, excuse me, excuse me, basically, Esau, well, once he tries to fill his belly, that's when the Lord is going to basically take him out. The Lord is going to judge this man. So let's keep going, because I want to get into this. It says, let's jump down. It says, in a promotional video, the World Economic Forum summarizes the 8 predictions in the following statements. It says, people will own nothing. Goods are either free of charge or must be lent from the state. The United States will no longer be the leading superpower, but a handful of countries will dominate, and that's called globalism. All right. It says the organs will not be transplanted, but printed. Meat consumption will be minimized. Massive displacement of people will take place with billions of refugees. To limit the emission of carbon dioxide, a global price will be set at exorbitant level. People can prepare to go to Mars and start a journey to find an alien life. Western values will be tested to the breaking point. Okay? So these are all things that that Esau wants to accomplish. Printed organs, you know, all these things. And they try to make it seem like oh, this we need to save the animals, because when you read down, it goes into it. It says, let's see. Yeah, like this. It says ecological paradise by 2030 when CO2 emissions will be great. It says when CO2 emissions will be greatly reduced, people will live in a world where meat on the dinner plate will be a rare sight, while water and the air will be much cleaner than today because of the shift from buying goods to using services. The need to have money will vanish because people will spend less and less on goods. You see that? So it sounds, it sounds pleasant. Oh, we won't have to work, because it says, people won't have to work because everything will be free. You know, uh, it says basically, the air will be cleaner, and there won't be as much meat available. And this and this and that. Shit, it sounds, you might think like, okay, well, that sounds good, but no, this devil is not to be trusted, man. Matter of fact, let's get this. Uh, Psalm 52:2. Thy tongue deviseth mischiefs like a sharp razor working deceitfully. Okay, so this is talking about the wicked, all right? And this man he devises that word, and actually in my Bible is that word mischiefs. It says plans destructions. Okay, working deceitfully. Psalms 55:21. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. His hands were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords. So this man, he is trying to look at this for the future. Aachen envisions a city where electric cars have substituted conventional combustion vehicles. Most of the roads and parking spaces have become green parks and walking zones for pedestrians. By 2030, agriculture will offer mainly plant-based alternatives to the food supply instead of meat and dairy products. The use of land to produce animal feed will greatly diminish, and nature will be spreading across the globe again. So that's a fork-tongued devil for you. All right. Oh, everything is gonna be, back in balance, and you know, no, man, this we don't believe that for 1 second. You know, this is Esau's way of trying to, paint himself trying to be good, but we know that, and it'll work on people. People will be like, oh well, hey, that sounds good. Let's do it. I'm with it. But hey, that's to their demise. That's why I say, Esau if Esau would continue this new world order, this is what you'll get. And a good movie, I'm trying to think of that movie. It's called a good movie to watch that shows basically if Esau It's called what is that movie? Elysium. Elysium. You watch that movie Elysium. It shows you basically how the earth would be if Esau were to continue his plans. Basically, you had basically the earth was a dump. The earth was ghetto. The earth was basically run down. You know, the earth was old, and then you had this Elysium, this planet. It was like a satellite where all the rich elites would go to, and that's supposed to be the paradise. But the earth was like it was old and outdated, and it was like it was like if you ever seen just a real old rundown city, bums and just boarded up houses, that's what the whole earth had looked like. Matthew 24 and 22. And except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved, but for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. So there has to be a stop to Esau for the elect's sake. Because it says, and except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved. So if this kingdom were to go on, if there was no elect, if this kingdom were to go on and Esau, the earth continue to be given into the hand of the wicked, then no flesh will be saved. Nobody will be saved, man. Everybody will be through under this so-called white man. That's why they call YAHAWASHI. That's why we need a savior. Okay, because this man is absolutely nuts. He's going to destroy everything. He is destroying everything. Let's get this. I believe it's Isaiah 24. Isaiah 24 and 5. It says, the earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof, because they have transgressed the laws, changed the ordinance, broken the everlasting covenant. Okay? So the earth is defiled under the inhabitants thereof. See, and this man is trying to fix everything that he's done to the earth. Oh, now all of a sudden, after years of destroying the earth, polluting the earth, the sea, the air, now all of a sudden this man cares about the environment. No, that's all a plan, man. He's playing you. Listen to this. It says, in a publication for the World Economic Forum, the Danish eco-activist Ida Auken, who had served as her country's Minister of the Environment from 2011 to 2014 and is still a member of the Danish Parliament, has elaborated a scenario of a world without privacy or property. In Welcome to 2030, she envisioned a world where I own nothing, have no privacy, and life has never been better. Now, what kind of shit is that, man? I own nothing, I have no privacy. So basically, you just giving yourself up. You just giving yourself to Esau. Basically, you don't have a soul. You sold. That's what it means to sell your soul. Where you own nothing and you have no privacy. That is what it. If there's any definition to selling your soul, that's what it means. You give up your whole soul, your privacy, and you give up your ownership, everything that you own to Esau. By 2030, so says her scenario, shopping and owning have been obsolete because everything that once was a product is now a service. In this idyllic new world of hers, people have free access to transportation, accommodation, food, and all the things we need in our daily lives, as these things will become free of charge. It ended up not making sense for us to own much. There will be no private ownership in houses. Listen to this. Nor would anyone pay rent because someone else is using our free space whenever we do not need it. A person's living room, for example, will be used for business meetings when one is absent. Concerns like lifestyle diseases, climate change and refugee crisis, environment degradation, completely completely congested cities, water pollution, air pollution, social unrest, and unemployment are things of the past. The author predicts that people will be happy to enjoy such a good life that is so much better than the path we're on, where it became so clear that we could not continue with the same model of growth. And that's what Esau wants to do. He wants to get rid of the old world. Like Trump said some months ago, I think it was at the beginning of this year, he said, you know, we have the old system is outdated. We have a new system in place. You know, it's a good system. So that's what they're gonna try. Oh, you know, this is we can't continue. We can't continue with the same model of growth. We gotta you know do something new. You know, it says people will be happy to enjoy such a good life. No, man. Who see Esau? He's playing on you people's minds, man. You know, he wants you to think that, you know, he's to your benefit, all right? But no, you get in that world and you basically are a real, true slave. You're being tracked everywhere. You have, you know, you basically don't own nothing. You don't have nothing. You're basically just living. Listen to this. How can people be brought to accept such a system? The bait to entice the masses is the assurances of comprehensive health care and a guaranteed basic income. That goes to show how simple people are. You throw people money and you know health care, that's it. It says the promoters of the Great Reset promise a world without diseases due to biotechnology, produce organs and individualized genetics based medical treatments. A drastically increased life expectancy and even immortality are said to be possible. Now, what does that remind you of? It's that scripture. He says, "I will be like God." So he wants only the Most High has only YAHAWASHI has the key to immortality. But this man is trying to tap into that. It says the promise of a universal basic income is highly attractive, particularly to those who will no longer find a job in the new digital economy. Obtaining a basic income without having to go through the treadmill and disgrace of applying for social assistance is used as a bait to get support of the poor. Okay? Who will be the rulers? The World Economic Forum is silent about the question of who will rule this new world. Of course they are. There is no reason to expect that the new power holders will be benevolent. Yet, even if the top decision makers of the New World government were not mean but technocrats, what reason would an administrative technology have to go with the undesirables? That's what it means, and that's what it. When we go into that show, what is it? the obsolete. So what are they gonna do? What sense does it make? Listen to this. What sense does it make for a technocratic elite to turn the common man into a superman? Why share the benefits of artificial intelligence with the masses and not keep the wealth for the chosen few? Conclusion: the World Economic Forum is related institution and its related institutions in combination with a handful of governments and a few high-tech companies want to lead the world into a new era without poverty or privacy. Values like individualism, liberty, and pursuit of happiness are at stake to be repudiated in favor of collectivism and imposition of common good that is defined by the self-proclaimed elite of technocrats. What is sold to the public as the promise of equality and ecological sustainability is in fact a brutal assault on human dignity and liberty. Instead of using the new technologies as an instrument of betterment, the Great Reset seeks to use technological possibilities as a tool of enslavement. In the New World Order, the state is the single owner of everything. It is left to our imagination to figure out who will program the algorithms that manage the distribution of goods and services. Yeah, so that's pretty much the point, man. This man wants to take over everything, you know? Let's go back to Obadiah real quick and I'll close up. Because that whole paragraph said a mouthful, man. That's it. It says, verse 4, Obadiah, verse 4, though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and though thou set thy nest among the stars, thence I will bring thee down, saith the Lord. If thieves come to thee, if robbers by night, how art thou cut off? Would they not have stolen till they had enough? If the grape gatherers came to thee, would they not leave some grapes? How are the things of Esau searched out? How are his hidden things sought up? Okay? And it's being searched out. You know, we know what he's doing, man. All right? These are the hidden things and they're coming to light. We know his plans, we know what he wants to do, and we see right through it. So I'll end up on that, Lord, when you are edified, giving all praises to YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, KAKUDASH. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Shalom.